How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Twitter yet again. I know I've spoken about them before and their practices. This should be of no surprise to anybody. It's not a surprise to me, but I've seen this all over Twitter, all over the internet. This is a pretty big issue, and you see the headline right over my shoulder. It says, Twitter deems NRA TV contributor, quote, ineligible, unquote, to buy ads due to, quote, inappropriate content, unquote. Now, this is Dan Bongino. Hopefully I pronounced his name correctly, but Dan Bongino is an NRA TV contributor as well as a Fox News contributor, maybe some other places, but I know I've seen him on Fox News and also NRA TV. But he, for some reason, is not able to buy ads. I guess they said that his content is too controversial. I'm not really sure exactly what's going on. I've just seen this story all over the internet today, and I just want to see a little bit more about what's happening. Hopefully this article on the Daily Wire, which, by the way, I think is Ben Shapiro's website, hopefully we get a little bit more insight as to what's happening by reading this article. And the subhead to that headline says, Twitter has a documented history of discriminating against conservatives. Yes, they do. This is not really anything new. I remember, I think I told you about this back in my video where I was talking about all the blue check mafia members harassing me. That's something else I want to talk about before we even get into the article. You got all these blue check people, the celebrities, the verified people on Twitter. They can harass you, abuse you, demean you, whatever they want to do, and nobody gets in trouble. I mean, for like a day, I got harassed and slammed by a bunch of blue check mafia members. I forgot what the issue was about, really, because it's not really that big of a deal to me. And I'll put the video for that in the box below if you want to see it. But it lasted for like a whole day, maybe, or 2 or 3 days. I never got any kind of help from Twitter. I didn't reach out to them, but I know that they see it. It was pretty big. I did a video about it, but there was no action taken. And some people have reached out to Twitter to try and help with some of the bullying that comes from the left, the lamestream media, the blue check mafia, as I call them, and nobody gets any help. But my man over here, Dan Bongino, is not able to buy ads. It's kind of fishy, but I digress. Let's get into the actual article and see what it says. Former U.S. Secret Service agent Dan Bongino, who regularly appears on Fox News and is a contributor for NRA TV, was deemed, quote, ineligible, unquote, to purchase ads on Twitter after the social media platform reportedly flagged his content as being inappropriate. Early Wednesday morning, Bongino tweeted, defending your Second Amendment rights is apparently too controversial a topic for the Twitter and the Twitter support team. Our account isn't eligible for any Twitter ads. Total BS. And you see the tweet right over my left-hand shoulder. And this article, of course, will be in the description box. So you're able to click on that tweet, see the reactions, and you know that this is not some kind of fake news thing. This is straight from him, and he is a verified person on Twitter. I'm surprised to let him be verified. Well, maybe they had to because he appears on television a lot, so they can't deny him. But a guy like me, you know, I guess because I appear on Russian TV more than anything else, I'm on RT a lot. I guess because I appear over there and I do not appear on regular TV, then they won't allow me to become verified. But I'll move on. And some would say it's about follower count. No, I've seen just regular everyday local news people that have less followers than me get verified. So it's not even about that. It's about some political stuff going on. And this has all been proven, but we're going to get into the article and maybe they'll talk about how it's been proven. Bongino then tweeted a screenshot of the message he received from Twitter, adding, if you're a conservative, be sure to toe the line on Twitter or the Twitter support team will make sure you're deemed ineligible to promote your content on their site. This is absolutely absurd. And then this is, I guess, what he got from the Twitter support team. It says, at D Bongino, your account is ineligible to participate in Twitter ads. And then it says, a user associated with your account is ineligible to participate in the Twitter ads program at this time. This determination is based on the following Twitter ads policy. At Dan Bongino, inappropriate content. Details about this policy are available at a link. And you see this tweet does come from Dan again. And here we go with the proof. This is what I was talking about. I didn't want to talk about it a little while ago because I knew they would bring it up in this article. Great job over there at Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro, etc., etc. The article reads, a series of undercover videos published last month from James O'Keefe Project Veritas appeared to confirm the notion held by many people that Twitter actively discriminates against conservative users on their platform. In December, far-left celebrity Rosie O'Donnell made sexually vile comments to the Daily Wire's Ben Shapiro on Twitter, which a social media platform initially deemed to be acceptable before ultimately changing their decision after receiving widespread criticism. Okay, so this is the tweet from Ben Shapiro, and I have it pulled up here so we can kind of see it a little bit closer. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'll just read this top portion here. It says, "Hello, thank you for your recent report. We have reviewed your report carefully and found there was no violation of the Twitter rules against abusive behavior. There are a number of factors we take into consideration when deciding whether to take action on content." And then they list all the things here. So basically, they're just giving you an excuse as to why there was no action taken. But I saw those tweets. If I can find the tweets from Rosie O'Donnell, I may put them in the box, but they were pretty vile. It's beyond, if you got your kids watching, I would not want to read it in front of them, but apparently that's fine. You know, Twitter is a weird place. You can post pornography. You could post copyrighted material depending upon who it belongs to. You could do a lot of different things. It all depends on just politics. And what I mean by politics is, who do you know? Who do you like? Who likes you? If anybody knows you specifically, all kind of stuff like that really plays into how to make decisions. But I digress. The article continues. In November, Twitter suspended the account of an editor at a conservative publication who had no known history of violating any of the platform's policies. PJ Media reports. PJ Media DC editor Bridget Johnson was suspended from Twitter with no warning or explanation. It's been nearly a week now, and thus far, Twitter has yet to offer a reason for the suspension. Twitter appears to not have restored Johnson's original account. She has since been forced to create a new account, losing all her followers in the process. Now, that is the entire article. This is not surprising. Like I said, I'm not surprised at all. And I think this is just indicative of how Silicon Valley is. I've not been banned on Twitter, probably because I'm not as active on Twitter as a lot of people are. I am pretty active. I have about 85,000 tweets, but that's over about 10 years plus of being on the platform. So, I mean, these places, these Silicon Valley places, is all about personal opinions, personal preferences. Are you a liberal? Are you conservative? Are you so-called anti-LGBT? See, somebody like Ben Shapiro, maybe even Dan Bongino, maybe even myself, maybe we're seen as white supremacists, although I don't think Dan Bongino was 100% white. It may be kind of like an Italian type situation going on. Obviously, I'm not white, and Ben Shapiro is a Jewish person, like a strong Jew with the yarmulke and everything. So there's no actual debate, or is he Jewish? Is he not Jewish? He's very Jewish, and that's fine. But my point is that how are all of us labeled in the same category as so-called white supremacists? It's all about having wrong think. If you think differently than they do, then you get classified as a pariah, and you do not get, you know, preferential treatment from them. Now, some would say, why can't you start your own platform? Why can't you do your own thing? Well, it's simple. It's like this. It's like saying, okay, if the roads in your town or in your city are messed up, it's like saying create your own roads to get to where you got to go. At the end of the day, the roads that we have are the roads that we have. We got to improve them. Twitter right now is the best thing we have as far as this kind of platform. And the same thing with YouTube, same thing with Facebook. These are the big dogs, and it's not as easy as you may think to overtake them. Twitter at one point was an upstart thing. It just kind of came out of nowhere, and it just happened to catch fire. People are trying to populate other platforms with the content, but it's not always so simple. I think they shut down VidMe because it was just costing too much money to actually maintain the servers and all of that kind of stuff. And it was still not doing very well, even though it was hemorrhaging money. YouTube itself is hemorrhaging money. It makes $4 billion a year, but it costs $6 billion to run. So they're in the hole every year by $2 billion. They're trying to do things like YouTube Red and YouTube TV, both of which I have. I support YouTube. It's a great place to be. It's a great technology. It's a great platform to have. It changed my life, and it changed many people I know, their life as well. But that does not mean that they are just a perfect company. Imperfect places and the imperfections are magnified because it often comes out in the form of public relation, because their customer service is so bad. That's the thing. The customer service at Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, it's to the level of like going to a McDonald's in the ghetto. It's like this. I made this comparison as I close. Twitter is like the best restaurant you've been to in your life. They have the best food. When you go there, it just warms your soul. It's just, mwah, it's great food. However, the customer service is so bad, it makes you just hate going there. But the food is so good, so you conflicted. It's like, this food is so fantastic, it warms my soul, but the girl at the counter is a mess. If they could just fix the customer service and be fair to everybody, then it would be a good place. And it all boils down to people that they got working there that are the gatekeepers, essentially, of the service. If you can just get better people as the gatekeepers, this would be better for all of us. But for the current point in time, this is what we have, and it's what we got to deal with. Hopefully, you have another platform that comes around and takes the place of this. But what's to stop the next platform from being worse than this, as far as the people that work there and people that make decisions? But what do you think? Do you think that Dan Bongino is correct about how Twitter operates? Do you think I'm correct about how Twitter operates? Do you think that we should go elsewhere? If that's the case, then where are we going to go? Where are we going to go that has such a large base of people, that has such good technology? I mean, we got to think realistically. Hopefully, there's going to be another place that comes around that not only rivals YouTube and Twitter, respectively, but also does better on the customer service end of things. That's my thought. I don't want to have the liberals taken off. I don't want to have the conservatives taken off. Have everybody, give them an open space, get rid of egregious offenders, people that post, illegal stuff, get them out of there. But if you're exchanging ideas, it should be fine. It shouldn't really be a crime to have opinions that are not popular with everybody. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.